Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. Now, I want us to quickly go into a petition that was filed in court challenging President William Ruto's recent nomination to the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. Now, we all remember that earlier this month, President Ruto nominated ERASTUS ETHAKON as the next IEBC chairperson, and there are petitioners, two. One, Kelvin Roy Omondi and BONIFACE MWANGI, who have argued that the process is illegal and unconstitutional. They also went further to claim that there is an imminent risk that the National Assembly may proceed to vet and approve the nominees despite the flawed nature of the nomination process. So the petitioners have put their case, and they are arguing their case that there are 4 of the commissioners there whose name are supposed to be struck from that list. So I want us to go through these 4 and the possible repercussion of this IEBC formulation if the courts agree with the petitioners. But first and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, kindly support this channel by liking this video to enable YouTube to share the video to many other people, and also subscribe to this channel if you're not subscribed before. And to our existing subscribers, I want to continue thanking you so much, because without you this channel wouldn't have grown. I believe there are some of you who've gone through the petition, maybe the details. I'm going to take you through the details of that petition. But one thing that we must agree on is that if the courts give a nod to this petition, one thing, first of all, the vetting of these commissioners will be halted. 2, if the courts agree with the petitioners, because there's something in the petition that they have talked about regarding drawing of salaries, it means even if the vetting continues, those members should still not earn salary, 1. Then they should also not occupy the offices, even if vetting continues and they take oath. So let me first of all quickly take you through some details of this petition. And the court papers state like this: the nominations do not meet the requirement of Article 10, 27, 1, 232 and 253 and 4 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010, which call for regional balance, ethnic inclusivity, and the inclusion of persons with disability. The petitioners are seeking conservatory orders to try to stop the process. I mean, of course, I agree with BONIFACE MWANGI here and the other petitioner, because it's not possible for the parliament to reject these names. We have seen how parliament does their own vetting, their own grillings and the like. It's not possible for them to stop. The National Assembly is not going to stop these names. So that is the main reason why BONIFACE MWANGI and his colleague argue that afadhali koti isimamishe hii process before iende sana. Kwa sababu gani? Parliament itapitisha. Parliament huwa inapitisha everything. You remember the CS nominees, whenever there is grilling, huo their names huwa zinapita tu. Hata kama ni mbaya zinapita tu, zinapita. It's very rare. Ani sidhani kama nishaona kama kuna any moja ambao wabunge wamesema hii haifai. Kuna moja tu alijaribu kuleta madoa, lakini wakapitisha hivyo hivyo tu, kwa sababu ilikuwa ni jina ambao majina yametoka State House. BONIFACE MWANGI, I think I agree with him, because one thing is that if ERASTUS ETHAKON is vetted, the parliament is going to approve. Now, once the parliament has approved ERASTUS ETHAKON, what is going to happen is that President William Ruto is going to make sure that this team is sworn in, and then they will immediately start working. So the argument of the petitioners again is that even if that process is completed, these people should not be allowed to occupy office. They should not be allowed to draw salary. So that is again another challenging a factor there. You can't draw salary. You cannot. You can't draw salary. You can't occupy office, but you've been sworn in. You are a commissioner or you are a chair of the commission. So it's a very delicate situation here, considering the courts agree. Again, if the courts agree with the petitioner, let's look at the time frame needed for the IEBC to start preparation of the elections, because of course 2025 imefika katikati, hii imeisha. Kwa sababu hii imeisha, tunaona 2026 ile pale, na 2026 ni time ambapo pressure iko juu sana, electioneering period. Inatakana kwamba IEBC tayari ishaanza kufanya mikakati yao ya kufanya nini na nini. At the same time, we have constituencies that need by election, like Banisa. You remember Banisa case, tangu 2022 mpaka leo haijafanywa. Is it 2023 early, mpaka leo haijafanywa. So those people have been without a member of parliament. So that is why ukiangalia hili swala lote unapata kwamba I foresee a scenario where the courts will not agree with the petitioner, and then opposition leaders will say that there is a lot of injustice in this IEBC. The courts might not side with the petitioner for one sole reason, because the courts themselves advise the political bigwigs to solve their problems, solve their differences, and come up with an IEBC team. So there is no way the court is going to side with the petitioner, because if the court sides with the petitioner, inamaanisha easy list hii commission bado itakaa kando, whereas the court wants this process to start. Maana constitutionally kuna venye IEBC imechelewa kabisa. There's issue of mambo ya border, kuna issue ya by elections, kuna mambo ya recruitment again on the IEBC register, kuna what tunasema about cleaning of the IEBC register. There are a lot of things to be done which must be done, and this is the right time. So I don't think the courts are going to agree with the petitioners, but nevertheless, should the courts agree with the petitioners, then you should know that there will be another delay in the formulation or reconstitution of IEBC. So ladies and gentlemen, what do you make of this move by the petitioners? Do you think they should just soldier on with this petition, ama waache IEBC tengenezwe, because at the end of the day hakuna kitu ambacho kitafanyika pale kotini? Should they just leave hii matter iendelee, iishe, ili IEBC hiwe, ama they should push on with their petition ili zile lists ziwe scrapped off and fresh list ianziwe? Because remember, should the courts term the whole process illegal, inamaanisha IEBC selection panel will again start another process, probably advertise again labda, or use the list of candidates who have been advertised, who have applied, to again start grilling. You see, that's going to take another 1 to 2 months. So that's why the courts will not agree with the petition. That is what I think, ladies and gentlemen. So perhaps if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.